Welcome. In this video, I'll be demonstrating the completion of my work on the phpmotors site final project. Currently, I'm not logged in, and I'm going to review the vehicles, get to the review section of each vehicle to indicate the review functionality. So as I'm not logged in, you can see I have no form to add a review. Rather, I have the prompt to log in before adding a review. This car has no review, and you can see the notice to be the first to write your review. When I log in, you can see this user has already made 2 reviews on these 2 different dates. When I try writing submitting an empty review, I have my client-side validation. When I turn it off and try submitting, you can see the notice to type a review before submitting. So I have my client-side and server-side validation. When I add my review, you can see my review has been added. Okay, you can see my new review is showing in the review lists. Also, in my database, when I refresh, you can see my latest review has been added to the list of reviews. Okay, so now in the review management section, I can edit my review. You can see the review made on the 3rd of April on the mystery machine vehicle. When I try submitting an empty update, I have my client-side validation. When I turn it off, I have my server-side validation asking the reviewer to write a review before submitting. You can notice that the prior review has been loaded back into this text area. When I make a change, when I submit without making any new changes, you can set the appropriate notice message here. And when I click back and make a change, and submit, you can see that it tells me that the review was updated successfully. When I try deleting a review, you can see the prompt that a review cannot be undone. And when I go ahead and delete the review, you can see the review has been deleted. When I confirm from my database, you can see the review is no longer here. I now have 2 reviews for the administrator user. When I go to the list of reviews, you can see I now have only 2. The one done on the 3rd of April is no longer here. When I validate the HTML of this page, you can see there are no errors. When I validate the CSS, you can see there are no errors. I validate the HTML of the review page, you can see there are no errors. When I validate the CSS, you can see there are no errors. Also, when I validate the HTML of the vehicle detail, you can see there are no errors. When I validate the CSS of the vehicle detail, there are no errors. So, Now, to demonstrate the responsiveness of this, you can see this is on the medium size screen. This is how it looks on a medium size screen. On a small screen, this is how it looks on a small screen. When I navigate to the administrator view, you can see that all the views are responsive. Thank you. That's all I have for the final project. Thank you very much. Before I leave, I would also want to show my code to indicate the appropriate model and my use of PHP prepare statements in my functions. So here I have some of the functions for my review. You can see my prepare statements for the add review function. For the update review function, I have my prepare statements. For the get reviews by inventory ID, I have my prepared statements. For the get reviews by client ID, I have my prepared statement. So I have my prepared statement for all my functions. So, thank you.